BCCL IPO is expected to see a strong action on listing day, mainly driven by sentiment and subscription demand. So having a clear listing day strategy for BCCL is far more important than reacting emotionally towards price moves. In this vlog, we will discuss how differently investors should approach BCCL on listing day, whether it's listing gains, tracking charts and volumes, or booking partial profit and riding the rest. Also, at the end, I'll explain what to watch out in pre-open and early trade so that you can manage risk and take informed decisions on the listing day. This first option is best suited for safe investors who are mainly looking for listing gains. If you don't have time to track the stock throughout the day, the strategy works well. The idea here is simple. Exit in the pre-open session or at the time of listing depending on how the price opens. With the current GMP around 60%, the listing gains will look very attractive as long as the overall market conditions remain positive. This approach is ideal if you want to free up your capital for upcoming IPOs instead of being locked into one or the other stock. Overall, this strategy is meant for investors who are comfortable with booking reasonable profits without making unnecessary risk or over-analyzing the price movements on the listing day. Next, this strategy is meant for safe investors who are comfortable tracking the charts and market activity on the listing day. The focus here is on the price and the volume behavior, especially during the pre-open and the initial post-listing phase. If the volume remains strong and price holds well, there is usually an opportunity to exit at higher levels. Since it's a low price PSU stock, momentum can build up quickly and overall market sentiment stays positive. However, the key is discipline. Always trade with a strict stop loss to protect your gains. This approach works well for investors who can actively monitor the market and react quickly throughout the day without getting carried away by short-term volatility. This strategy works well for moderate risk takers who are comfortable with some volatility but still want to manage risk smartly. The idea here is to recover your invested capital first, on or after listing, so that your downside risk is reduced. Once your capital is out, you can leave the profit invested in the market, track how the stock behaves. Based on the price action, volume and overall market sentiment, you can decide whether to continue holding for further upside or gradually exit. This approach works well for investors who want balanced risk control with participation in potential upside without pressure of making immediate all or nothing decision on the listing day. For example, NSE and other stocks gained momentum post listing. On the listing day, it was subdued. After that, it went well. So you can use this strategy to use that kind of tracking. This category is meant for aggressive and long-term investors with high risk appetite. The focus here is on long-term capital rather than just listing gains. You need to be comfortable with holding the stock through volatility. Since it's a low-price PSU stock, price movements can be sharp and sentiment-driven. On the positive side, PSU stock often give stable dividends, similar to the parent company like Coal India. So returns may be both dividends and the price appreciation. That being said, the current market conditions may not be ideal for taking fresh long-term positions, so the approach is best suited for investors who don't need immediate liquidity or can stay patient. Since the growing perspectives of the coal industry is not that great, you may not expect any multi-bagger returns in PSU stock. It may be slow appreciating stocks, but you need to track it on a day-to-day basis and make informed decisions. So at the end of it, to sum it up, this IPO is largely driven by sentiment driven and suited for mainly listing gain strategies. Choose your best approach based on your risk appetite. Apply carefully. Don't ignore the market conditions on listing day. Any war news, US Venezuela, US Cuba, Greenland, other things. Watch out the census level and then take your decision. If the video has helped you, please like, share and subscribe. Let's start with the pre-open session, which runs from 9 to 9:45. The most important thing here is to know is place your buy order or sell order before 9:35. Advisable not to buy, but yeah. 9:30 to 9:45, the exchange will finalize the price and listing can happen at any time. 9:36 also it can happen. So don't wait too long. You may miss the opportunity or end up with an unfavorable price. During pre-open, watch the indicative price versus the issue price. A strong premium usually reflects positive sentiment. Also, you can look at the buy-sell quality imbalance. If the buy quantity is higher than sell quantity, it's a sign of strength. Pay attention to the order depth, especially large buy orders at the top levels. Check whether the price remains relatively stable during the swing widely. So, if buyers are more, the momentum is positive. If the buyers are less, the momentums are less. Once the stock's trading, focus on first 5 to 10 15 minutes. Volume is critical here. Rising volume confirms genuine interest. If the price holds above the opening level price, it's good. Buyers are in control. On the other side, immediate fade in the listing is a warning of negative sign. Finally, what we can say is avoid panic making decisions in first few minutes. Use limit orders instead of market orders. Always have a predefined exit plan. Listing day reward participation. Discipline is very important, not speed. So all the best. Thank you everyone.